Please don't have any enchantment removal. Oh my, I think we actually won. This is the 5th dragon I'm going to put a counter on, and we should win the game. Let's go! Oh my goodness, guys. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to another MTG Arena Standard video. Today, we are looking at this new mythic card from the Tarkir Dragon set, and that is Call the Spirit Dragons. It's 5 mana, but it costs 1 color from each color, so pretty hard to achieve that. Might be a domain deck, but anyways, this enchantment says dragons you control have indestructible, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, for each color, put a +1 counter on a dragon you control of that color. And then if you put 5 counters on 5 dragons this way, you win the game. So we are actually going to try and win the game by putting 5 counters on our dragons. And we are playing some of the most unique dragons that are available to us in Standard right now. For 1 mana, this might be one of the best 1-drop green dragons that you guys maybe have heard about, maybe not. His name is Llanowar Elves. We have a bunch of 2-drop dragons. We have Dwynen's Elite. I guess I have different art style for that one. That's fine. We have Llanowar Loamspeaker, the Leaf Crown Visionary, one of the best 3-drop dragons that maybe you've heard about. His name is Elvish Archdruid. But yeah, all jokes aside, you know, these are obviously elves. And we need to put counters on dragons. So the way that we achieve that is with this Leyline of Transformation from the Duskmourn set. You guys might be familiar with some of the Leyline cards. I think the red Leyline from the Duskmourn set was banned just because it is so insanely busted. This one went the complete opposite way. This one is so trash. But yeah, we need it to make our deck work. So this Leyline of Transformation, 4 mana, 2 blue. I guess the nice thing is if it is in our opening hand, we can put it on the battlefield right away. But anyways, creatures you control are the chosen type in addition to their other types. So when we play this card from our hand onto the battlefield, we can choose a creature type. So we will always name dragon. So then that means that all of our creatures will be a elf druid dragon. This one will be an elf warrior dragon. This one will be an elf druid dragon. You guys get the idea. So that's how we actually transform all of our elves into dragons so that we can start putting counters on them. But again, we are, as you can see, just a mono green package, and we need to put counters on dragons of different colors. So if we only have green dragons, then it would take 5 turns for us to eventually win with that. So that's where this Leyline of the Guildpact comes into play. Again, if it's in our opening hand, it can just slam it on the battlefield, and each non-land permanent you control is all colors. So that is how we can transform our little elves into 5-colored dragon elves. And then, yeah, I'm playing 1 Virtue of Strength just to try and, you know, use it. I almost never see anyone use this card. I don't think I've really used it that much myself either. For 7 mana, which is really expensive, but if you tap a basic land for mana, it produces 3 times that much mana, so that's quite nice, because hopefully in this game we can hit a really big Genesis wave from the Foundation set. Reveal the top X cards of your library, and you can put any number of permanents with mana value X or less onto the battlefield. So yeah, if you have a Virtue of Strength, you know, probably you're up to 7 mana at that point. Maybe not, because as a lot of you guys know, a lot of these elves produce extra mana, and this Elvish Archdruid so good. So yeah, we probably will be hitting Genesis Wave that way as well. But yeah, Genesis Wave can hopefully find Call the Spirit Dragons and maybe one of our Leylines if we don't have them. So yeah, we can win that way. So yeah, definitely a meme deck. I tried this Call the Spirit Dragons out in another deck, and yeah, it's just really not that good. So I don't know how we'll do today. I think this will be a little bit more of a meme deck, like I said, but I love playing those type of decks. I think it will be fun, and I hope you guys enjoy. So if you do, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the video. You can, of course, in the comments, leave a suggestion for any cards or any decks that you'd want to see me play. And yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into it. All right, I will keep this. Ooh, opponent. I hope they're a slow deck. Yeah, because like I said, life total for them really doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll be honest, guys, it's rough. This is really not a good deck, so I'll go over it in the deck outro, but I already kind of knew that coming in. Let's name Elf for right now. Can get this one down. They can't counter him, which is nice. And then could get this guy down. Let's do it. Might eat a counter spell. And then, you know what? Let's get this one down. We'll need to get that one down eventually anyway, so. And then let's just keep our fingers crossed. Hope that they don't have a Day of Judgment, because they do have 4 mana with this treasure token. Well, yeah, now I'm just worried that they just do have a counter spell. I think we risk it anyway. Let's do it for... How much can we do it for? 5, 6, 7. Let's do it for 4. In case they have no more lives. Okay, so we can't pay for it. That was actually a really nice hit. So with Leyline of Transformation, we have to choose Dragon. So yeah, let's go ahead and say no attacks, end turn. Opponent might honestly be Omniscience. Nah, I guess not. Well, yeah, turn Artifact. They are kind of missing their land drops. They didn't counter the last one. Now we could do it for a ton. 14. Let's do it for 15. And hopefully we find our Call the Spirit Dragons. Oh my gosh, guys, we went 15 cards deep and we did not find it. That is honestly kind of wild. I guess I should have tapped my other elf to go digging for 7 more. Let's just name Dragon again. Yeah, no attacks from us. We're trying to get the win with, yeah, Call of the Spirit Dragons. But I have a feeling we're going to see a big-ass board wipe right now. Still no board wipe? That's crazy. All right. Let's get this guy down. We will go ahead and draw a card. Come on, deck. How many of them do I have? I have 3 of them in my deck, and we are more than halfway through our deck. That is always a sour taste in your mouth. Okay, we did draw another elf. Yeah, this is so frustrating when this happens. We literally have 3 copies of Call the Spirit Dragons, and we are 2/3 through our deck, and we haven't seen a single copy yet. Alright, we did draw another elf, so we keep the card draw going. There it is, finally. I wouldn't be surprised if they did have a counter spell. Yeah, we get to add so much mana from the Leyline. They didn't. That's honestly kind of crazy. I will get another one of these down. All right, let's just end our turn. We have to win if they... I mean, a Sunfall would literally end us so hard right now. All of our creatures do have indestructible, so board wipe wouldn't work. Portal to Phyrexia we don't really care about. Oh, please don't bounce it back to our hand. Of course they have enchantment removal. Oh my gosh. I mean, at this point, let's just... cancel attacks. Is there a spell that can bounce all creatures back to your hand? Well, let's see if they have it. Yeah, return all attacking creatures. I kind of knew they had that. So that's why I left all of these ones here. Oh, and you know what I should do? We should play this one. Let's just keep looking for some card draw. Oh my gosh. We are going to draw through our entire deck before we find our copies. Alright, well, this game is a crazy game. There we go, another one. So let's just say decline right now. Just play another one. Oh, they do have mana for a counter spell. Dude, this guy is so annoying. Alright, well, let's just try it again. Let's draw. I think there's one more in my deck, and we're down to 10 cards. We can't play Genesis Wave, or else we will... I mean, at this point, I'm just going to draw my entire deck. Because I know we have one more of the Call the Spirit Dragons. They are all tapped out. I can't play any lands. Let's play this creature. 6 cards left in our library. Is it literally going to be our last card? I think it might literally be the last card in our library. So we'll draw this one. Thanks a lot, deck. Alright, it does say at the beginning of our upkeep, so if they don't have any enchantment removal, if they don't have Sunfall, then maybe we got them. I would be so surprised. Please don't have any enchantment removal. Oh my, I think we actually won. This is the 5th dragon I'm going to put a counter on, and we should win the game. Let's go! Oh my goodness, guys. It's becoming a little bit of a... What do you call that? Yeah, look at... cliche is the wrong word, but my signature move. Keep your backhand strong. Bow. Counter this. Dude, what an annoying deck. I honestly wonder what they were playing. I mean, it's not that annoying. Like I said that one turn, I'm pretty sure... Return all attacking creatures. That is a pretty good card. I thought they had it, so that is why that one turn I only attacked with half my board. I am so glad we pulled it off. We'll keep playing. I've already played quite a bit. This deck just really is not that good. And yeah, we were so lucky that they didn't have a Sunfall. And we were so lucky that they didn't have any more enchantment removal because we saw they had Get Lost. Yeah, I wonder what else they could had. But yeah, hey, we got it. First win, and we actually got the actual combo where if you put a counter on 5 dragons, you win the game, and that happens at your upkeep, which is really nice because we had literally no cards left in our library. So G to the G, boy. All right, we get to go first. I think I'm going to have to take a mulligan. This one is much better. All right, this one we can work with. Get to go first as well, which is nice. See if the opponent is even here. They are. We'll go ahead and ship back a Virtue of Strength. Go ahead and play a land and pass our turn. Okay, this draw would have been much nicer last turn, but whatever. Turn 3, we can play both of these elves, and then we can hopefully hit them for a massive Genesis wave. And it won't even be that massive. I think we can maybe do it for 5 then. So landfall deck. There is green, so they might have the Hydra. Drew another Genesis wave. That I'm actually really happy about. So yeah, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully if we draw a land, we could do a Genesis wave for 6. So we are taking a little bit of a beating. Ooh. Could go Elvish Archdruid. Nah, I still think we go for 5, I think it was. Alright, so not the best hits in the world, but we still have enough mana to play this Elvish Archdruid. So now we can go for a really big Genesis wave. I think we can do it for 16. So we're going to look 16 cards deep. Oh, of course they have removal. Well, we can still do it for 10. Hopefully they don't have any more removal. Oh, they are hovering over our creatures, please. Dude, what a little bitch. Dude, I'm playing such a bad deck. Yeah, it's like this really specific win condition, and I just need so many cards to pull it off that just don't really do anything. Come again? It's a funny idea, and I've gotten it to work a few times. It's just, yeah, it just really is a bad deck. All right, well, let's wait. All right. Opponent gets to go first. I do like our hand. Their blue tiger's glitching out. He's got these pink squares that are infecting him. See Dimir. I hope they're not running a ton of counter spells or a ton of kill spells. Well, they play creature, which is nice. You know what? Maybe before we play Genesis Wave, might be super greedy. Maybe we could work our way up to a Virtue of Strength. Ooh, Kiora. So they're going to be creating some big fat octopi. It's the plural of octopus. You guys will know that. Opponent is thinking really hard about which 2 cards to discard. It is 2 creatures, so hopefully they're more of a creature deck. We did hit a Call the Spirit Dragon. That kind of sucks because the only way we can play that is if we have our Leyline out. All right, yeah. I think next turn we can play Virtue of Strength if they don't kill anything. Which I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope they don't. They're just going to return that to their hand. That seems like a kind of a slow turn, but I'm honestly fine with that. And yeah, they don't attack. We do have enough for Virtue of Strength, so we are going for it. All right, so now all our lands produce triple mana, so that's 12, 15, minus 2. So we can do a Genesis Wave for 12, which honestly still isn't even that massive, but hey, we'll take it. Hopefully we draw a land off the top. They do have a kill spell. That was a pretty expensive one for 4 mana, but like I said, we got Virtue of Strength down. Let's just hit them with the QQ. 15, 16, minus 3, so we can do it for 13. So 13 permanents from the top. There's a Call the Spirit Dragon, which is really nice. There's a Leyline, which is nice. Okay, we just need the final Leyline. And we're actually... we'll just play out our elves. Just so we can draw, because like I said, we are really looking for that final Leyline. The blue one. Honestly, I forgot what it was called. Yes, there it is. All right, I think we win. All of our creatures will get indestructible, so we have to name dragon. So now all of our elves turn into dragons. Let's honestly just pass our turn. Hopefully they don't think nothing of it. Is this guy just playing with foundations? It looks like it, so. Alright. I think we got them because when he passes the turn, I think he knew it. I kind of wish he gave it to us. This sucks a little bit, but whatever. Yeah, it was going to go into our turn. We were going to be able to put 5 counters on all of our elves that were actually all dragons. And when we put 5 counters on them that way, we would get the text of, "You win the game." So GG, on to the next one. All right, we get to go first, which is nice. We're playing against Mr. Rant. I think he might be from France. There's ants in his pants. It's the extent of my rhyming. Removal spell right away. Ooh, exile a card. Sure, we'll get rid of this guy. So, might be mono black discard. Elvish Archdruid is an amazing draw for us. And of course, now we're just hoping that they don't remove our Elvish Archdruid. Might hit us with a double discard spell. Of course, it's removal. Alright, we did hit a land drop, which is nice. So we can play both of these out. And yeah, if they hit us with a discard, I really don't care. It's a Liliana, which sucks, but...
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we... I've always hated...
Oh, a Genesis Wave. Can't do that for anything, so that sucks. We will actually go ahead and draw. And we will draw again. Did hit a land drop, which is nice. And, I mean... Yeah, we'll have to discard anyway, so... You know what? Let's just... Oh, let's get rid of their Liliana.
Knew this was a waste of time.
Alright, now we actually can get back our Elvish Archdruid. And if they have a discard, that would suck. It's a Shieldred. I'm honestly fine with that. That kind of sucks to draw. So yeah, we will go with Elvish Archdruid. I am going to draw. Take a land off the top. I'm fine with that. So no more drawing for us. Alright, so we can go for a pretty decent sized Genesis Wave. I think we can do it for 6. Oh, I mean, if they have double discard, that would really suck. Of course, they have a Bloodletter. They don't attack us, though, which is nice. All right, QQ. So that's 6 right there. That's 10, 11 minus 3 is 8, if my math is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we just won. Oh my gosh, this was an amazing hit. So let's go ahead and name Dragon. Let's go ahead and name Dragon. This is Cavern of Souls, though. That one doesn't matter. All right, yes. I don't think they can do 12 damage to us. We don't need to attack them. 2 cards in hand. Oh my god, that was the most goated Genesis Wave of my life. Black doesn't have any enchantment removal. Yes, 5 dragons get counters. All of our elves are dragons. Oh my gosh, did I just double tap one of them? Oh my gosh, well, okay, that was my mistake. I think I double tapped that elf right there. That's why he has 2 counters on him. Yes, 5 dragons get counters. All of our elves are dragons. Oh my gosh, did I just double tap one of them? So we should have won last turn. That's really my mistake. But yeah, I, of course, had to tack them down right now because I think they could have maybe done 10 damage to us. I don't know, I was worried about that. But we got them in the end. And I'm going to count that as a victory with the Spirit Dragon. That was just my fat fingers double clicking on this one elf right here. I mean, this one dragon right here. So anyways, we got there. All right, this is a pretty good hand. I wish we started with Llanowar Elves, but this will have to do. Let's hope the opponent isn't too aggressive. Let's hope they're not playing counter spells. Let's hope they're not playing Pixie Bounce. There's so much that we need to try and dodge for this deck to function. So, all right. Looks like maybe rabbits. So, we do have some good blockers right now. Next turn, we can get these 2 elves down. And then we can go for a big Genesis Wave in 2 turns then. And some cool art. So yeah, they are definitely a bunny deck. Let's see, we can get this one down. Then we can get this one down. And we can pay 1 for a land drop next turn. And then we can get this one down. And we can again pay 1. Just another land. That's fine. So we'll have 5 mana. 6, 7, 13. I think we can do it for 10. Yeah, they're playing Heir Apparent. Let's hope they don't have another one, but hopefully looking 10 deep. I don't want to say will get us there, but we're going to go ahead and decline that one. So yeah, I think we can do it for 10. Yeah. There's piece number 1. I see piece number 2. We didn't quite get it, but we did get a Virtue of Strength. Cavern of Souls can go ahead and name Elf. Alright, so we have a pretty wide board state. I know for sure they're going to play like 2 Heir Apparents, and their board is just going to go absolutely crazy now. They keep to the top. Oh, another pollen shield hair. Alright, well, it's a little bit of a staring match right now. I will play this one just for some card draw. Let's hope we can draw an elf. Oh. Big no attacks from us. Well, I maybe should have attacked. Could, of course, wipe out a good chunk of their board. Alright, we're more or less halfway through our deck, and we haven't seen a single Call the Spirit Dragon. It's literally 9% chance to draw him, so... And yeah, hopefully the opponent is running out of gas. We still also have 2 Genesis Waves, I believe. Also a 9% chance to draw that. Of course, they have something where they can just exile our creatures. We do get to draw a card for that, which is nice. But yeah, these cards aren't really helping us. That exiled our creature as well. Yikes. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pay. Come on, give me an elf, please. No lands. Aye, 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 guys. Alright, well, we will get down Virtuous Strength. And then we might as well get Guildpact down in case they have any removal of enchantments. Go ahead and get Leyline of Transformation. And again, let's just name Dragon. Big no attacks from us. And again, it's a 10% chance to draw either one right now. Wow, a land. Thank you, deck. Just every turn at the beginning of your end step. Luckily, they're not drawing too many heir apparents. I think we'll just put one guy in front. I don't think they have trample or some instant speed protection. Alright, hopefully we'll be able to draw it now. Oh my gosh. Alright, another elf is fine because we can draw off of it. Come on, it can't be another land. Oh yes, it's the actual enchantment. I think we got them. Look how much mana we can produce, kind of crazy. Let's get this one down. So all of our creatures have indestructible. So I think we'll literally win unless they have enchantment removal. All right, we win. Let's go. So 5 dragons. Number 1. You guys have no idea how many games I've lost. That's dragon number 2. I've been playing this deck for so long today. It's dragon number 3. And this deck just gets bounced by everything out there in standard right now. This is dragon number 4. I'm sorry I'm dragging it out, because it's a dragon deck, but that's dragon number 5, and that is a automatic you win the game. So we got there again. I think this is the 4th time, and no joke, dude, there may be 40 losses in between the previous one you guys saw and this one. So we'll head over to the post-game wrap. Hey there, neighbor, we're back with the post-game wrap, and boy, oh boy, was this probably one of the worst decks I've made in a while. Call the Spirit Dragons. You'll need to call me an ambulance. That one meme, you know, call an ambulance, but not for me, for you. I need an ambulance right now because this was a struggle playing this today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the few games that you saw where we did pull the win off. And as you guys saw, it is possible to do it the way that we did it. And after playing all the games I've played today, which have been a ton, I don't know if this is the best way to get the win with Call the Spirit Dragons. But yeah, this 5 mana enchantment for every single color, it's just so expensive. And then you need to be playing dragons of different colors as well. Oh, it's hard. It's tough to make it work. And yeah, this deck right now in standard, all of these creatures die to cut down, go for the throat. There's that Pixie Bounce deck that has Momentum Breaker, nowhere to run. And then, yeah, just the Is It Prowess. Even just decks that aren't meta right now. Angels I got stomped by. A Rabbit deck I got stomped by, even though the last one we did win against. So it is rough out there, and that is just because, let's go through it. Leyline of Transformation, we need that to make all of these dragons, but this is a more or less a useless card. Virtue of Strength is nice, but yeah, it's really not that good. I honestly think maybe in one game, maybe in the one that we just played, maybe Virtue of Strength help us get a pretty big Genesis wave. Most of the time, you're going to hit a big Genesis wave off having an, Elvish Archdruid and maybe like a Dwynen's Elite, and having this Elvish Archdruid produce a ton of mana for you. So Virtue of Strength, also really not that good. Call the Spirit Dragons, it doesn't really do anything for us because, yeah, we just find it off Genesis Wave, and I mean, I know we win the game with it, but yeah, if we have it in our hand and we don't have Leyline of the Guildpact, it's just literally a dead card. And also Leyline of the Guildpact, it's just needed to give all of our creatures, have them all colors so that we can put 5 counters on them. So that's 6, 10, that's 13 cards right there out of the 60 cards that we play that are honestly more or less useless. They don't really help us stabilize at all. They don't help us draw cards really at all. So that is why it's so rough. And then Genesis Wave, if you do have a lot of mana, it can be kind of nice, but even then it costs just 3 mana to cast it, and then you can dump X in. So even if you have, 8 mana, you still have to subtract 3 for the cost. So you can only look at the top 5 of your library. And it's also sorcery speed. So many games I was wishing Genesis Wave was at least an instant, but so yeah, Genesis Wave also not necessarily the best, but not the worst either. So yeah, that's the deck. I will say we did get the win with Call the Spirit Dragons. It's a mythic from the new set. The art looks funny. This dragon honestly looks like he has just 2 stumps for legs, which just looks so funny. Makes me laugh every time I see it. But yeah, I think every deck I've showcased on my channel have been a lot of fun. Some of the historic ones are my favorite decks of all time, honestly. Some of these newer decks from this Tarkir set, I've really, really enjoyed them. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are quite fun and still relatively okay. This one was just a struggle to play with. So this is a heavy do not craft. Like I said, this whole package right here of 13 cards, more or less useless. You could throw in 13 other cards that would just be so much better for your deck. You could maybe throw in 1 or 2 more elves. I know there's a few more in standard right now. Of course, Craterhoof Behemoth would be really good. Nissa, that I think it's a 7 mana planeswalker. I think she has 2 Phyrexian mana, so you can also, I think, get her down for 5. She would just be so much better for your deck. Yeah, there's a million things that would be better than these 13 cards right here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my pain. And even though it was painful, I'm gonna end it like I always end it. I love you guys. Peace out. Bonus game.